And welcome, everybody. I am here to talk to you through webcam, through microphone, through however it's going to be. I'm back. I'm just recording something just for you and me. Whoever hears this, good luck to you. Wherever it ends up, good luck to it. But I've had so much trouble recording this. It's not funny. We're here. We're going to go, and hopefully the dogs don't start barking or something crazy happens, and hopefully the audio is in there. But I'm Wilco. I'm here. We're part of the Locked On Lads, and we're about to do the box rally, and we're about to head to Melbourne tomorrow. Tomorrow, I fly to Melbourne. That's where we're at. We've got a week of driving between Melbourne and Alice Springs. We've raised just a touch over $6,500, and we are good to go. Me and Vic driving the Scorpion, which has Locked On Lads stickers on it. Lifelong dream, real car to drive. Probably more expensive than I thought the first car would be, considering it's a hand-me-down and barely running. But it's got a snorkel. It's blue. It looks cool. But look, I'm here to talk to you about a lot of stuff at the moment. I don't know where my content really is. I'm enjoying streaming again. I'm finding it hard to podcast as a group because my life is now very much during the day free time rather than during the night free time, and I'm often falling asleep by about 7:30, 8 o'clock. So it's well, if I'm going to be honest with myself, I need to be asleep by sort of 8:30 at the latest. So it does make it hard to do things as a group when my free time is during the day. But we'll see how we go in the future. But for now, you're just going to get me throwing content at a wall, seeing what sticks, seeing what you guys like. I've been writing articles. I've written one article. I've written a few in the background, but not released them or not finished them off. They aren't. If I finish them, I'll release them. But it's just hard to put things in certain places these days and try and see what works. But I'm here and I'm doing stuff, and I want to make more of a go of the YouTube type of thing. So you're going to get longer form videos from me, just talking to you, see how that goes. Sort of my Nothing But Ramblings podcast. I think I'm going to put these audios stripped down without the video and put them up on that feed for now. I want to try and sit down once a week and sort of record half an hour and split it up into little 10-minute segments and see how it goes. But this one, I've got a run sheet here and I've not even started it, and we're already a couple minutes in. So basically the last, let's say 3 years, maybe 15 years, maybe 25 years, who knows. I've been spiraling downhill slowly. I've been trying to enjoy life, and sometimes, most of the time, probably not succeeding to where I should be. My weight has been linked to that. I've been very poor at eating, right? Today's been a very bad example. A very good example of how bad my choices are at times. But sort of the last month has been me trying to look myself in the mirror and look myself in this webcam and be happy with the person that I'm seeing in a reflection. So at this stage, I'm not at my max weight. I was at my max weight about 6 weeks ago, about 113 kilos. And having that point where I thought, oh, gee, I could hit 120 here if I just don't change things. But we'll see how we go. It's weird. Windows has a do not disturb mode, but I still get disturbed by notifications. Sorry about that. But anyway, I in the last month, so let's say the last 3 years, 15 years, whatever it is, I've been sort of slowly not been happy with the person that I see reflected in the mirror. Not really felt like I've been in control of my life. Not really happy with where things are going. Happy at times. I've had some really good experiences over the last 25 years or more, but never truly just been, well, this is who I am. This is where I'm heading, and I'm doing the right thing for me. So the last sort of month, 6 weeks has been me sort of reflecting on my life is what I've got written down on the sheet in front of me, and deciding where my priorities lie and where I want to head. Similar thing with Locked On Lads as well. So it's something that sort of emerged, and for those of you who don't know the origin, I'll go through it one day. But yeah, we basically spun out of another gaming community, which was focused around the single game and people, getting together and sort of having fun and relaxing playing games. It then sort of spiraled into a bit of all over the shop, tried to go too big, tried to be more than it was, had some great times, got invited to the Ubisoft experience, all that kind of stuff. And then sort of COVID happened, my life went to hell, and everything sort of stopped suddenly. And it's to its credit, it's still going. Where I don't even know how many years away, but we're at least 4 years away from that hard stop, which then pivoted into me sort of becoming an online racer person. And the community sort of took a left turn, and some would say for the better, because there's still people around. It's probably as strong as it's ever been. I think it's as strong as it's ever been. I would say it's not as big as it's ever been, but it's definitely as strong as it's ever been. So I think the core crew we've got here is really good, and it's really what I want the community to be. It's hard to explain what I want the community to be, but it's sort of what I want in life. I've been listening to, if you've been watching the podcast, no, if you've been watching the Facebook feed, I've been talking about Eddie Pinero, motivational speaker, really good. Chuck it on in my ears for an hour and I can go to the gym and go through an hour with no problems at all. Go for a walk, go for a 6K walk in an hour and not a problems at all. But he talks about a lot of very interesting stuff. One of those things is the North Star, which I want to get to in a second. And it's sort of that idea of this is where I want to go, and this is what's making me do everything that I'm doing in my life. If I'm still heading towards that one step at a time, then you're succeeding. And I think I've had in my past a lot of big obstacles come up and sort of shied away from them, I guess. Reluctantly went towards them, reluctantly overcome them, not striding past them and just going, this is how to break it down and this is how to go forward. I think the last 6 weeks, especially with my business as well, we touched on my weight a little bit. I've talked about it so many times, or maybe I haven't, but I will go into that a bit more in a sec. But my business nearly failing, still on the verge of failing, I guess, but not as bad a spot as what it was. We're just trying now to not make it happen again. So understanding and actually delving deeply into my business and building systems and stuff that actually help me understand my business on a day-to-day level, being able to understand what's happening, where things are going, and the problems arising before they arise, getting on top of them or just as they start arising, things like that. So I understand the main part of my business, which is surviving and still being around, being able to provide for me and my family. Also, the offshoot of that, I'll get to the North Star thing in a sec. There's the idea of the people who now work for me coming out the other side, whether it's to go somewhere else or it's just, a new phase of their life or whatever, they come out a better person because they've been in a pretty good position and they've been looked after and all that kind of stuff, and they're sort of treated with respect, and that's sort of then going to feed forward in the future to other people that they work with and potentially lead down the track. I'm hoping that's where my business goes, and that's all I really want out of it. To be honest, it's enough that it's paying the bills at the moment, and that's where it's at. So how I've changed in the last 6 weeks, I guess, is a lot. I'm now a coffee drinker for some unknown reason, but it started with me just being exhausted, having too much fizzy drink, not getting anywhere, and I decided, well, hey, I need to stop having this fizzy drink, which I haven't, but I need to really knuckle down and do that. But this was having a coffee in the morning when things just got a little bit too much, and sort of helped my metabolism, helped me not want to snack and all that kind of stuff. And I did it a couple of times and it really worked. So I'm now struggling to drink a coffee every day. I've got one sitting here next to me. They're all mochas, so they're half chocolate, half coffee because I just hate the flavor of coffee. There's nothing else to it. I just don't like coffee. I made myself a fairly strong one the other day without the mocha aspect to it, the chocolate aspect to it, and I struggled. I struggled. So, but the side effects of drinking it is what I'm trying to get out of it. So that is something that's changed. I now go to the gym, which is something I haven't done for a very, very long time. Haven't been this week, won't be this week because I'm about to go away, won't be next week because I am away. But I am trying to get there 3 to 4 days a week, and I'm doing weight sessions, which is something I wasn't planning on doing when I went there, but I am doing that along with a little bit of cardio. I'm going for 6 and 10K walks at least a couple of times a week, which is something I wasn't doing a couple of weeks ago. So there is that as well. I'm now back podcasting and streaming again, something I wasn't doing sort of 6 or 7 weeks ago consistently. And enjoying it is the other thing. So I'm actually getting on there and not really caring about what's going on, just doing it. And if people turn up, they turn up. If they don't, they don't. I'm sort of thinking about where I want the content to be and what I want it to do. We'll get onto that in a sec, I guess. But it's going and trying to grow it now rather than just letting it sit there and it does what it does, wasting its potential, I guess. We got some really good momentum there. But now we don't. So that's where we're at. I think we're 429 YouTube subs at the moment. I'd love to get over 500. That would be an absolutely amazing goal. And look, if this rally does anything, maybe it can get us over 500. But at some stage, I really do want to get to 500, and I really want to track that on the YouTube side of things. But this North Star I keep on talking about that Eddie keeps on bringing up that I want to really focus on. I've never really thought about what I want out of life. I've just sort of wanted to just get through, get by, relax, have fun, that kind of stuff. But I think it's more than that now. I think it's what I really want and what I keep on coming back to is I just want to help others. And I know this sounds cliche and stupid and up myself and all that kind of stuff, but I went for a walk the other day and I went past one of the local radio stations had a car and they were doing hot coffees at the back, a donation to one of the kids' charities, the local kids' charities that actually does stuff on the streets here to help kids that are unfortunate and need help. Walked past there, had my coffee in my car, which I was walking away from because I was going to come back to and enjoy that. So I didn't really have a need for it, but it sort of fed in the back of my mind as I'm listening to Eddie talk, and I'm trying to walk at 1K every 10 minutes, and I'm like, I really wanted to donate to that. I really did, because that's what makes me happy, seeing other people help other people and being able to help them in some small way, help make things better for someone, even if they never find out who actually was behind it or anything like that. Just helping. I'm doing a rally that I donated a fair chunk of money towards myself out of my business. I love helping others without having to worry about, getting credit for it or anything like that. It's not what I'm about. So walked 10Ks. No, I only walked 6Ks this day, got back, and the car was still there. So I walked past and they're sitting there. They looked at me and I just said, oh, look, can I just donate? Just flat, I just want to donate. And they're like, oh, no, we can make a hot chocolate. We can do, I said, no, I've got a coffee there. I don't need it. I just don't want it. Can I just donate? And just chucked $20 in and walked away happy. That was enough for me. But what I've tried to build here, as I mentioned it with my business, it's that whole getting staff in, getting the right staff in, treating them well, making them treat other people well, and then getting to the point where they move on, they're great leaders when they get to other businesses, or they become great role models in my business and help other people. We've got lots of long-term employees at my business now. We went through a lot of turnover for a while there, but we're now back to pretty good core group of people that have been with me for a long time and honestly don't want to leave. And to the point where we've had 2 people just recently have to resign to go to other businesses, or they need it. my business is in one of the lowest paid industries in the world. I don't have any more money to give to people. If I did, I would. But it's just a low income job because it is low skill. You don't need degrees, you don't need training, you don't need anything. You just walk in and do that job straight away. So it is very low income. So when people in times of trouble like now, they need to go try and find something that's a bit better. And, mining and all these other things are always very shiny and very tempting. So I've got multiple people recently that are in tears telling me that they're leaving me and they don't want to, but it's the only way they can survive. And, it's that, even though it really is terrible because I'm losing someone, I've got to replace them. It makes me feel good that I'm doing the right thing because these people don't want to leave. And they don't want to leave. It's not because friends, all this kind of stuff. It's because they are treated so well. They just enjoy going to work. And even though it's not the most exciting job, they just enjoy doing it every day and they're looked after. So that's what I try and do that's going back to the whole North Star thing, but then trying to work in what Locked On Lads means to me and what I want it to be. It's similar. It's almost identical, basically. We're a place for people to come along, enter the community, and be supported. That's the end of the story. If we're playing games like The Division, or we're racing in iRacing, or we're just mucking around in Fortnite or Call of Duty or anything along those lines, that's sort of the filler, the stuffing to what Locked On Lads was originally about. 4 guys talking about a game and just having that time to have a breather from life and relax and enjoy each other's company. Even though we couldn't be in the same room, we would still be there for one another whenever we needed to. I had my wedding and majority of that crew came up to my wedding from different parts of the country, which was amazing. We've had a few get-togethers over PAX and over places like that, and that's been amazing. But at the end of the day, it's a place where people go to. We have our mental health channel, we have our weight loss channel, we have our cooking channel, AFK channel. Things like that are all the parts I'm most proud of for Locked On Lads, and it's where people can express themselves freely and not be worried about, oh, this person's going to say this, or I can't say that because this person might think this. It's just there to help out people, get connectivity with people of similar interests, and that's it. That's all Locked On Lads is. If it becomes the biggest thing in the world, probably a nightmare to look after, probably not really what I want. But if it's just maintained as this tight-knit group of people who we're always happy to have more people come in, we're always happy to help people out. But if it became too big, like it was getting at one stage, it was just getting too hard to manage, and not the right people were people were clashing, and it just wasn't a fun place at times. It wasn't a fun thing to run. It wasn't a fun thing to look after. I think now where it's at the moment, people hop in and out of their lives. They have different phases in their life, just like I'm having a different phase in my life right now. People come in and leave. But when they leave a better person, is my hope. That's what all I want Locked On Lads to be. If you don't get anything out of it, that's okay. As long as you're not coming in and having a bad experience and leaving and feeling worse about yourself and things like that. That's not what I want. We're literally made up of the back markers in our iRacing team is made up from the back markers of most of the Aussie Car Series. Some of those people have become the front end of driving now, which is great to see. But if you look at where we are in Aussie Car now with those guys doing their thing and the core group this last season were literally taking up the back of the field. We got excited because we got last, second last and third last in a race the other day. we are we're not going to be trying hard. We're not going to be, yeah, we get upset at times and stuff, but we all deal with that together. So that's sort of what I want Locked On Lads to be. Um, yeah, it is that simple. It really is. So I'm not aiming for all these massive things. I don't want all these people in. I don't want all that kind of stuff. I will aim for better on podcast numbers. I'll aim for better on YouTube, on Twitch and stuff like that. That's always going to be a big aim for me to increase those numbers back to where they were and even further past. But that is a means to an end. The more eyes we have on Locked On Lads in the socials, the more chance we have of people donating to the causes that we choose to push at the certain time. The more chance that we find someone who doesn't have a place to come and find that place within Locked On Lads. It's the extra attention that really allows us to do that thing of making other people happy and helping other people out in life is what that attention can get. I think that's the goal of growing socials through Locked On Lads. It's not about, cool, we can make this much money, cool, we can make that much money. I've lost so much money on websites, podcasting costs, just travel, all kinds of different things. I've lost so much money on that in my time. But it's not a loss, it's a fee to get other people to come into the community and go out a better person or become a better person, to get through the things that they never thought they would get through, all that kind of stuff. So I'm happy to pay that fee to help other people out, if that makes sense. So where to from here? It's I'm going to Melbourne. That's part of it. But no, it's more videos, more content like this, more podcasts, episodes out to get more content on the Facebook page. It's more content on the Facebook page as far as just silly things, just small things, just keeping momentum going. It's what I'm trying to build at the moment through gym, through counting calories, through walking, through spreadsheet works for my business. It's just all about creating momentum in the right direction right now. So me putting up a podcast that's in a video form, that's on the YouTube channel and on the TikTok and on all these kind of things is building momentum. And I'll talk about that in another episode. But that's where I'm at personally. That's where Locked On Lads is at, even though I haven't run this by anyone. I think the good thing of the crew is they'll happily see my vision and follow my vision, but it really is only me creating the content for Locked On at the moment. So it's one of those things of I just try and fit stuff in where I can. My life is thrown on its head, and it's time to sort of just deal with what I've got in front of me rather than trying to fix things for me to go back to the way things were, because that's just never going to happen, and that's counterproductive to where we're going. So I think I've rambled on about all this long enough. If you're interested, I don't know whether this link works, but I will make sure it works at some stage. LockedOnLads.com/Discord is our Discord link. Locked On Lads on Facebook is where you want to go. Message me on there if you got any if you want any information or anything like that. LockedOnLads.com/charity. Last chance to donate towards our current rally attempt, which starts very, very soon. So excited about it. LockedOnLads.com/rally. Here's a scoop for you. You'll be able to track my every step on the rally. So it's set up as a map. It's got my phone, so whenever we ping a tower, it'll tell you where we are and how we're traveling. So if it puts me in a ditch somewhere along the road, you'll be able to find me as long as my phone's on my body still. So that's where that's going to be. And Locked On Lads TV over on YouTube. If you can go check that one out and give us a sub if you haven't already, that would be absolutely amazing. But So much for little 10-minute episodes. This recording's already up to 20 minutes, but hey, it's the first one. We'll see how we go. So, look, thank you all. I'm going to try and record more of these soon, but it'll be a lot less professional over the next week and a half as we're on our rally, because I'm going to be either on my phone or on my laptop trying to do it. And yeah, hopefully we'll get a lot of content out to you over the rally. Maybe some golf shots out across the back of nowhere. Some photos of me at -1 degrees camping in the swag on the side of the road. All kinds of stuff like that. But hey, cool. It's going to be really good. My flight, I'm getting notification about my flight because I am flying out tomorrow. It's so close, so happening. So thank you everyone who put up with this. Thank you everyone who has been putting up with this kind of stuff for a very long time, and I can't wait to either meet up with some of you or see you all in the very, very near future, online or where else. But thank you all, and honestly, have a great day.